Hoses are one of the most overlooked parts of the gas system until they fail. And when they do, it's never quiet, cheap, or convenient. I'm Blandon with Learning and Development here at Ratterman, and this is Training the Trainer. One of the things I'm learning is that hose failures don't come from dramatic mistakes. They come from small failures over time. Let's start with bend radius, because that's where most of our problems begin. See, this hose armor isn't decorative. It's there to keep the hose from bending past the point where it was designed to. Once a hose is bent past its minimum bend radius, a crimp forms. And a crimp becomes the weakest point in the hose. And that's almost always where the hose fails at first. So it might not fail today, but once the bend radius has been compromised, the countdown begins. Here's another hose concept that I had to understand: permeation. Gas can slowly escape through the hose material even when nothing looks wrong. That's why all metal hoses matter. They have a permeation rate of 0, which makes them critical for high purity gases, flammable gases, and small molecule gases such as helium and hydrogen. One of the easiest assumptions to make is that a hose is just a hose. Unfortunately, that's not true. The right hose depends on pressure, purity, the application, and the gas itself. If you miss one of those, the hose becomes the weakest link. Hoses also have a lifespan, even when everything looks fine. The standard hose lifespan is about 5 years. Now, every hose has an ID band that tells you when it was made and what it's rated for. If you don't know how old your hose is, you don't know the risk you're taking. Now, one safety topic I never rush through is adiabatic compression. It shows up most often in oxygen and nitrous oxide systems. When pressure builds too fast and heat spikes instantly, it can be hot enough to melt PTFE, which just stands for polytetrafluoroethylene, a fancy word for Teflon. And when it happens, it sounds like a shotgun blast and can cause catastrophic hose failure. It's rare, but when it happens, it's serious. And here are 2 quick things that quietly create problems. One is adapters. With every adapter, you're creating a potential leak point. So the fewer the better. Next, velocity. If you want more flow, you need to increase the hose diameter. Too much velocity leads to cracking, wear, and a higher safety risk. The biggest lesson I'm learning is this: that most hose failures don't come from one big mistake. They come from many small things missed along the journey. Keep these things in mind. Respect the bend radius, track the hose age, match the material to the gas, and minimize fittings. And if you ever need help sorting through those hose options or finding the right hose for your application, please reach out to your local, reliable Ratterman representative, or check out our website at www.rmiorder.com, and then you can search through our extensive hose supply. Stop letting your hoses be the weakest link. This is Training the Trainer. We'll keep learning together. Until next time.